Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra and this friend right here is Pablo. We'll call him Pablo. And today we're going to do a full face of makeup from the drugstore with lots of e.l.f. If you're new to my channel, my chin doesn't normally look like this, and a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing if you like what you see today. It's free, it's easy, and it helps you find my videos Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, new schedule, when I upload. And allegedly, if you ring that notification bell to all, YouTube will let you know when that happens. So let's go ahead and get into it. We have some new, we have some old, nothing borrowed or blue, but alas, here we are. This is the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer. I got this as a freebie when I ordered some other products that we're going to be using today from e.l.f., like from their direct website. And I was so happy with the customer service. Oh, BTW, we're also working with natural light today and my ring light. Real makeup for real life and real people. That's what we're about here on my channel. But anyhow, I got this concealer for free as one of my little free gifts, and I've really been enjoying it. And I know Sarah, I believe it's Sarah Hubler, who has talked about this particular e.l.f. concealer on her channel. And I would have to agree with her that I definitely prefer this to either of the camo concealers. The regular camo concealer was a real hard pass for me. The hydrating I'm still working with and learning, but I would say this is kind of a light to medium coverage concealer, but it's definitely more hydrating than the other two. I'm gonna put some on this friend down here and let it set while I cover this melasma. I really like this angled sort of concealer brush from Sonia Kashuk to sort of press, without taking away any coverage, the concealer over my melasma on my upper lip. If you missed it, I am not wearing any foundation this month during the month of August. It's the hottest month of the year, and it just, I feel like I want to take it off as soon as I'm done filming anyways, because it's so hot here. For the face, I'm going to use my tried and true trusty number 7 Perfect Light Pressed Powder. Mine is in the shade Translucent, but I do love this powder. I have repurchased it many times, so this is something very old for me. What is your favorite drugstore powder? I know a lot of people really like the Stay Matte, but I feel like it sits weird on my skin, which I obviously don't love, so I'm not for sure what that's about. Definitely a well-loved bronzer in the community here on YouTube, but it's fairly new to me and I am excited to use it again today, and that is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 02 Sunkissed, and I love the tone of this bronzer. And I'm just using a big fluffy brush today. I think this is a e.l.f. complexion brush, yes. Such a nice brush for bronzer, especially. So I like my bronzer to be more of a wash and look a little bit more believable than it would if I was like super chiseled contouring, which, you know, I like a nice natural contour. I think you can see there's a shadow there. I definitely like this color of bronzer for me, and I think it's nice and buildable, so it's one that I'll still be able to use during the colder months as well. And see how I'm kind of blending it everywhere, and it has such a nice luminosity to it that I just really enjoy it. Alright, time for something new. For blush, I did go ahead and pick up all but one of the e.l.f. Bite Size Face Duos. This one is in the shade Cantaloupe, and I haven't used it yet on my face, but it is a nice Cantaloupe shade and a really pretty looking highlight as well. So far, I really like the texture of these. I'm surprised I haven't heard more people talking about them on YouTube. I realize they're new and they're probably not in a lot of stores yet. So this is, you know, I don't know. It's not the most glaring sort of there blush, but it is a nice barely there blush. Let's see how much we can build it up. I do like the formula though. I will say the formula is really soft and smooth. There is a decent amount of kick up in the pan, which you won't be able to see, but that's not a deal breaker for me. A lot of times to me that means that it's either really pigmented or really blendable, and neither one of those things is bad to me. All right, now we're gonna go into the highlight side. This is a really pretty tone, and I'm hoping it will go with what I have in store for the eye look today. I'm just gonna take my little duo fiber brush from Luxie. Is that what it is? Is that who you are? Answer me. Oh yes, Luxie. I will say in the blush or face duos rather, the highlighters are not as dark as they look in the pan, so the ones that I was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work for me, they're actually lighter on the skin and even in a swatch than what they look like in the pan, and so that's a good thing. I mean, I didn't need these at all, but I loved the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes so much. There's the glow. That I just, when I saw these were coming out, I was like, yep, I want those. I have a new setting spray, and then I'm going to take an intermission for brows, but the setting spray that I picked up, I am so obsessed with this right now. It's not even funny, and I think I need to order multiple backups of this, even though I'm not that person. It's the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last, and this is in the scent Mango Coconut. The most heavenly smell I've ever smelled in a setting spray. I think this smell even dethrones MAC Fix Plus, which has always been my favorite, so I'm gonna give myself a good spray. So I'm gonna pop off of here and take an intermission for brows. I'm gonna use the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in the shade Soft Brown, and I'm gonna set that in place with the Essence Make Me Brow. All right, it's time for eyeballs. I've already primed with the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer in Nude. I haven't used that one for a while, but I do like it a lot. And then going to play again with the e.l.f. Retro Paradise palette today. If you missed it, I did do 4 looks 1 palette with this one, so I'll link that up in the cards for you. And I think we're gonna keep it pretty warm today, so I'm gonna go ahead and start things off with the shade Fuego in my transition. So also wanted to just let you guys know that starting this week when you're seeing this video, I am going to have to cut back to 3 videos a week. It's such a hard decision for me to make. It's just really hard for me. I feel like too right now I'm in a good sort of groove with my channel, ever closer to that 1,000 that I never thought would take this long, and I just really hate to, you know, cut back or whatever, but I just have to. I have a lot to do. We have a estimated closing date of September 15th, so you know that's like a month away when I'm filming this, so I do need to keep on keeping on. I think with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. Love this shade, favorite matte in the palette by far, called Sandy Bum. And I'm gonna use this same brush because I want a nice wash of color, but I'm just going to attempt to keep it lower in my socket crease area. What eyeshadow palettes, or just eyeshadows if you want, are you just like totally vibing with this summer? This is definitely a favorite for me. Of course, Natasha Denona bronze palette. Let me know And then for Gets and Chiggles, I'm gonna go in with this dark brown called Coconut, just on the very outer V of the eye. This is gonna be my depth. I've kind of been playing with my eye shape lately, and this is one of those shades that I think will work well for this shape. So it almost has like a bit of plum to it or something. I don't recall that from my 4 looks, but that's really cool. So I'm just kind of running it along my outer lash line here. Now this is not gonna work for everybody's eye shape, but it is something I'm playing with for my eye shape, and that's like right here at the very outer V. Just kind of starting there and bringing it down toward the upper lash line, and then taking my brush so it's horizontal, parallel with my upper lash line, and sort of blending it inward ever so slightly. What do you guys think of these Get Ready With Me's in natural lighting? Do you like it better? Do you prefer when I use all the lights? I'm honestly just not using my lights in this video and certain other videos because it's so hot here. It's been in the hundreds and 90s for well over a week right now. I'm really giving my AC a run for its money. I'm gonna take a little bit of this on the lower lash line, just whatever is left on the brush, but definitely making sure that the upstairs and downstairs connect. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Sandy Bum right here, same fluffy brush as before, and just run this over the outer part and blend it. And then once I feel like I have a good blend with this shade, I'm going to just make sure we have no harsh lines by blending it into that crease. I still can't believe how well these eyeshadows blend, not just in this palette, but in general. The e.l.f. matte shadows, man, are just knocking it out of the park lately. All right, so for shimmer, to start things off, I'm gonna go in with this copper shade down here called Fortuna. I'm gonna just go in with my finger and hopefully avoid some fallout. It could happen. I really like this shade. I'm not even usually super into copper, but this one's like a really nice bright copper shade, so I'm into that. I'm also going to take the shade Canvas, which is kind of like a matte ecru color, on that same brush, and just kind of highlight under the brow bone and then blend it with the rest of the shadow. And I'm also going to use that same shade to highlight the inner corner. There is a shade or two in here that might work, but they're more of the flaky, glittery shades, and they irritate my eyes on the very inner corner. So I'm all about a matte highlight, though. I don't mind matte inner corner highlight at all. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of the NYX glitter glue kind of on the center of the lid, and then I'm going in with the shade Paradise up here. It's a little glittery and all that. It's beautiful, one of my favorite shades in the palette for sure, but I do think she performs better over a sticky base, personally. Wow, beautiful. I want a little more. Can we get a little more on there? Perfect. L'Oreal Bambi Eye mascara. Really love this. I do think she's starting to dry out, so this may be one of the last times that I use it, but I've really enjoyed this mascara. In fact, I've enjoyed it so much that I think I've pretty much used it up, which is great. I almost never use up a mascara before it's too old to safely want to put it on my eyes, so it's always nice to feel like I got really good use out of a mascara, whether it's drugstore or otherwise. And it's pretty interesting that I ended up liking this as much as I did, because I'm not usually a rubber bristle kind of girl when it comes to mascara, but I do really like this wand. It works well. It definitely gives that wide eye, Bambi eye effect to the lashes, so I have no complaints. Alright, I do think I want just a little pop of this pink blush on the apples. And for that, I'm going to take my Real Techniques blush brush. I really do like this blush brush when applying blush just to the apples, like if I'm using 2 different colors of blush, or just really want to punch it up on the apples. I think it does such a nice job of that. Last but not least, we have a lip, and it is one of the e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipsticks, and this is in the shade Cherry Slush. I'm trying to decide if I want a lip liner. I feel like I do. Let's try MAC Soar. Okay, ready to go. These are super comfortable, but you can definitely build them up to opacity, but it feels like a tinted balm. All right, I'm gonna pop up of here real quick, do something about the hair, put on some jewelry, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, here we are. This is the final look in natural lighting, and I'm really, really happy with this face of makeup, minus Pablo or whatever we named him, Pedro, I don't know. Love this mascara. If you like that fluttery splink splink Bambi Eye looking mascara, I think you would really like that formula. It's really nice. These face duos from e.l.f. are really fun, super inexpensive. They're $3, just like the bite-sized eyeshadows. e.l.f. Retro Palette, love, love, love. Like I said, let me know down below what palette you've been obsessed with this summer. This has been the one for me. I don't know why, but the mattes in this palette are just phenomenal. I absolutely love them. Love the Milani bronzer. I think everybody does that tries it. And these Sheer Slick lipsticks from e.l.f. are absolutely beautiful. They look nice, but they feel even nicer. Like I said, it feels like a balm, but it does leave some sort, not really a, I mean kind of a stain, but a very light stain. It reapplies beautifully. I just think these are really fun, and the price is right. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down below what you think of today's look or any of the products that I used. If you did enjoy this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either really helps me out here on this platform. It helps to get my videos suggested in other people's suggested videos, and that means we can all make more friends down in the comments. And with all of that said, I hope you're staying safe and well in our current world circumstances, and I hope if you're wearing makeup right now that all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful drugstore makeup days, and I will see you in my next video real soon.